All right. Shalom Yashala. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Waharakah Kodash Barakathum. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achion pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aqua that they're listening. What I have here on the screen is financial analysts, financial advisors, or what have you. As you can see, it says Lazard's Temple expects U.S. to avoid a recession. So that's really just disregarding, prophecy on each side, on the left-hand side, right? Because they really, and it'll further read, what I'm going to bring out in the scriptures, but it's the pride, you can see on this Edomite's face. And also, as I was viewing some news yesterday, it was a little interview with another financial, analyst, and they were basically being proud, pretty much like, well, where is this recession? People talking about, just basically so, you have your particular group of people who kept their head above water, during the pandemic, because the pandemic destroyed a lot of people, man. Whether it was you had entrepreneurs, you had big business chains that they had to move some things around themselves. A lot of people had to adapt. Okay, they had to be cost effective. Particular people's wages went up, some went down, some people got let go. But all in all, it was a huge mess, man. So now, if you look, fast forward, everything is so-called back to normal. Things have worse than they've been worse than they ever been, man. Okay, eviction rate is still high. Now they got so many cars, they've oversupplied these dealerships with cars. I believe the car prices have dropped. So you got, manufacturers who aren't really making money like that. It's just really a lot of confusion, like economically. But there's no way but down for this place, man, because it's just going to continue spiraling down. They're very proud, thinking that somehow a recession is going to be somehow avoided, disregarding the will of the Heavenly Father. But I'm gonna let this clip play, and I'll get some scriptures.
I think a lot of folks out there were pleased to see headline go down to 3, core come down just a little bit here. But as you know, the naysayers will always find something to nitpick over. Did you find anything?
I couldn't find anything. There is nothing not to like in this report. When I go across the 3 major categories, the biggest one is shelter. We saw shelter prices peak at 80 basis point month-on-month inflation, say 4 to 6 months ago. We were down to 45 basis points today. I think we're going to be closer to 30 by the end of the year. Second big category, all other services other than shelter, 12 basis point month-on-month increase in prices. That's half of last month. Again, well below a 2% annualized run rate. And then the third category, core goods, was basically down on the margin, down about 7 basis points month-on-month. All of that was used cars. Ex-used cars, flat prices there. So typically I can find something to say other than that. On the other hand, I can't find anything to not like.
Well, we know, Ron, on the other hand is going to be dominating, of course, the Fed discussion when they meet in a couple of weeks down in Washington. There's still a big debate here, not only just about whether we get another 25 basis points in rate hikes, but whether there needs to be more coming after that. Do you think there's a strong enough case to be made now, based on the economic data that we have publicly, that they can maybe continue pausing?
Well, I do think the July 26 rate hike is pretty much a done deal. I think the Fed's made it clear they're going to do that. And then I think pausing is the right call, but I think that will be the last hike. Now, keep in mind, we still have quantitative tightening, so we're still running off the balance sheet $95 billion a month, $800 billion so far. We still have that long and variable lag from the 500 basis points of tightening so far. So I think the Fed will be wise to basically stop after the July hike, see what happens. The one main reason to think there might be another hike thereafter, and I thought that until this morning, is the labor market is still so strong. I mean, the data last week, 278,000 jobs per month for the first 6 months of this year. The last time we had that strong jobs growth before the pandemic was 1999. And this is after all of that tightening. So it's still a pretty strong economy, but the inflation story looks a lot better.
Well, that's what I want to talk about, sort of the relationship between what we're seeing in the CPI figures and what we're seeing in the labor market. Because you have the Bill Dudley camp, of course, which is saying you have to cool the labor market to get inflation where it needs to be. And then the other side would say, look at how far we've come on inflation. At the same time, you have a very strong labor market. Where do you fall on that debate? Do we need to really take the edge off the labor market here, or can we have it both ways where inflation's coming down naturally?
I do think the labor market can't be as tight as it is today and have 2% inflation on a sustained basis. We do have wage growth last month was 40 basis points. The year-on-year is running around 4.5%. That just is not consistent with 2% inflation. But the trajectory is towards weaker job growth. I quoted the first 6 months. Last month was 209,000, not 278. And if I look at the quit rate, which to me is kind of an acid test of, are there really better jobs out there? We peaked at 3% of all workers quitting in a given month last year. We got down to 2.4% in May. Or in April, we're 2.6% in May. You know, if we continue to see the quit rate go down, the job openings rate go down, I think we can actually have a pretty good story here. Now let's make no mistake. I think we're likely to avoid a recession. My base case is 65% chance no recession in the U.S.
Yeah.
But even if we avoid it, it's going to be slow growth. So maybe that's the other lens to look at is you do have to kind of run a bit cooler for a while to make sure inflation's under control for the longer term.
Yeah, so also there's something else I forgot to include, you know, with the whole inflation thing, man. Prices, you know, going through the roof on every damn thing, you know, so that really, you know, destroyed a lot of people, you know, and it's going to continue to destroy a lot of people, okay? This is Psalms 49, verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, verse 7, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give the Most High a ransom for him. Okay? So basically, you cannot avoid death. Okay? So you can't avoid judgment, man. Okay, your whole way of getting out of a jam here in this society is way different than getting out of a jam or judgment from the Most High. So getting out of a jam won't be like, bro. And E is so proud. It's like, where do you think you get your resources from? You get your resources from the Most High, man. So there's no getting out of it. Okay, there's no check. There's no land. Okay, you get everything comes from the Most High. Everything comes from the Most High. Why? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. The Most High appointed Yahweh Shah HaMashiach and the angels to create everything. So, like, you know, that's where E gets in over his head, man. Okay, I'll reread verse 7 again. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give the Most High a ransom for him. Okay, so your checkbook, your land, all your riches gotten by deceit. No, it's not going to be it's not even going to be a conversation, man. Okay. Verse 8, for redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. Okay. So in other words, it's a very high price. It's very costly, but it's not going to be any type of deal made, man. There's not, once again, there's not going to be a conversation to be had, with E and the Most High and why Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. When Yahweh Shah HaMashiach come to get his lick back, man, ain't gonna be no combo, man. Okay, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is the mediator, so no. Okay, and this is something that was Yapa that I seen right here in this app that I have in this for the sword. It says for the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. For the redemption of their soul is precious, it is of too high a price to be redeemed with corruptible things such as silver or gold, which I was speaking of earlier, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, and has required the sacrificial death of Hamashiach. Okay? So that's our ticket. Okay? That's Yashiala's ticket. Starting with the remnant, the governing body, the 1/3. Okay, Yahushua Hamashiach, that's our golden ticket. Y'all golden ticket is running out, which y'all been running, you've been doing your thing in the power seat because what? It was given unto you from the Most High. Okay? Verse 9. That he shall still live forever and not see corruption. So he thinks that, your advanced science, your Neuralink, your heart transplants, your blood transfusions, your secret, gatherings of the mind and all these summits, it's not going to help you live forever, man. If anything, if you, from here on out, just prepare, for servitude, man, because E is at the end. E is at the end. Okay. So this whole setup, this whole dynamic, is over, man. This is verse 10. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Okay, so guess what? All that money you've accumulated by deceit, transgression, and all that, hey, it's really worthless here anyway. Nothing's truly backed by anything. So it's really of no value, man. This is let me jump down to verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses, that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Okay, so that's their inward thought. All these major plans and architecture going on, and big money talks and all these cutting of the ribbons. If you looking at the NASDAQ channel and see CNBC, I believe, and MSNBC and all this financial advice and all these analytics. Look, man, it's through. Okay, so he believes it's going to continue, man. That he's going to continue to prosper, to get these to gain wealth, in the in the name of so-called hard work, which anything he touches is corruptible, man. Okay, so that's pretty much it on that, man. So the whole that this U.S. is gonna bounce back and make America great again, that's done for, man. You could just really see that that table right there of them having this conversation. Well, this is still but everything's going to be steady, but it's going to be slow growth. Nah, man. More so, everything is speeding up, man. Okay, because this place is this place is done for. There's no turning back. There's no reemergence of America. Okay, so with that, I hope this is edifying for the body. So once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Waharakakodash Barakatham. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat out there listening. Shalom.